All right, so I've been known as a reader. I have people always coming up to me and ask me how I got the discipline to read, or how do I start reading, or something along those lines. So this is gonna be quick and simple video on 3 easy steps that you can do right now today to start reading more. And going straight into it, number one, we're gonna have to set out a structured time to read. And I don't mean just saying I'm gonna read for 1 hour today or whatever. Make it more realistic. And I know this sounds basic, but a lot of people overlook this tip, and the next 2 tips are going to be a little bit more advanced than that. But you just need to get the foundation right, and you need to set out a structured time of when you're going to read. For example, say after you brush your teeth in the evening, that's when you're going to read, and you're going to read for 5 minutes at least, or something like that. That's just an example. Doing that will help you be way more structured, and it's going to be way more likely that you're going to do it, because you're not blindly just saying that you're going to do something. It's coming after something that you already normally do. So once you do that, you're going to build up the mental reps, and you're going to start reading. All right, tip number 2, this is how you're going to start reading more overall, and it's going to become sort of more part of your identity. Because the first tip, we was just talking about structured reading. Doing this tip is basically like, I'll say, unstructured reading. What I mean by this is just keep a book on you, and also pair this with having an audio book on your phone or whatever. And just, if you ain't doing nothing while you're waiting in line in the coffee shop, commuting to school or work or whatever, you listening to an audio book, or you keep a book on your nightstand, so when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed, or you keep a book in your book sack or whatever. These unplanned events of reading, that's going to add up, and it's going to make you fly through the pages and fly through the books in no time. The unstructured reading is really just going to help you in your mind have that identity that this is a part of your life now. Pair this with your structured reading, and I guarantee you, you're going to see results. All right, and the last and final tip, to making it more sustainable, is track yourself. Use a notepad, your notes app, it don't matter. But this is a little tip that I promise you that probably 80% of you won't do, because it seems so basic and minuscule or whatever. But if you do this tip, I don't have a percentage. I'm not just gonna give a percentage out my butt, but I guarantee you, you're gonna be way more consistent if you actually visually write it down somewhere. And also, another way to help keep you committed is if you join a book club. This is also good because it's not so judgmental or whatever, and it's gonna be a nice, light, fun thing that's gonna help keep you I don't really have a word, for lack of a better word, just keep you committed on the task that you sit on doing. And also, just remember to have fun. Read in a place that you feel comfortable in, and read books that genuinely interest you. Don't just try to jump straight into the deep, hard to understand literature just yet, or the big, thick, bulky self-improvement books. Read short little books that genuinely interest you, that seem more realistic, that you can finish. And just over time, you're just building up these mental reps in your mind, and you're just gonna become a reader.